In this video, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process in how to create high converting emails in Kajabi. And these email broadcasts and sequences, which I'm about to show you, are what transformed my business from a 6-figure to a 7-figure business. And it's allowed me to sell over $1 million in course sales on the Kajabi platform in the last 18 months. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Aaron Young and I'm from 7-Figure Coaching. And because we're going to be going through this step-by-step process quite fast in a screen share, what I do want to let you know is that if you follow that link in the description below, you're going to get access to my Kajabi Kickstarter pack. And this includes different guides, which shows you how to complete everything that you'll need to complete in Kajabi, including my email setup guide. And the way that I've set this up is so that it includes not only some very clear dot point information, but it's also got screen shares, which walks you through the step-by-step process that we use. And then on top of that, you also get access to a Google Doc, which actually has all of the email scripts, the exact scripts that I use, and you can copy and paste them and use them in your own business. And if you want to get access to my Kajabi Kickstarter, all you need to do is to follow that link in the description below. But with all of that said, let's jump into a screen share so I can show you how to set up some different email broadcasts and sequences in Kajabi. Let's go. Now, as I said, if you miss any of these steps, don't worry, because in my email setup guide, it includes screen shares and takes you through the step-by-step process, which I'm going to take you through right now. So the first part, you want to be going into marketing. And then when you're in marketing, you're going to be going into email campaigns. And the two things that I want to be taking you through today is the email broadcast and the email sequence. Now, if you don't know the difference between these two, is the email broadcast is an individual email. So if you just see through here, if we click on broadcast, you will see this option to either send out an email broadcast or an email sequence. Now, the great thing about Kajabi is that wherever you are, it does give you some extra descriptions. So you can see an email broadcast, it sends a single email to promote a product, share news, or stay connected. And an email sequence is a series of emails that can be triggered by an automation. And what I want to do is I just want to really break this down for you. And I'm going to be going through two different platforms. I'm going to be going through my 7-Figure Coaching and also my Google Ads based Kajabi platform, which is the one which we've built that 7-figure business. But let's start here and firstly go through an email broadcast. Now, the way that I use an email broadcast is that every time I release a new teaching video on YouTube, I send this out to my whole database. So if you can see through here, now at the time of recording, I'm only just really building this brand, but you can see this is the last email broadcast that we sent out. I'll just show you in through here the preview. And it's very much a very, very simple email. And what this one is designed to do, it's just designed to keep in contact with my database and let them know that I've got a new free teaching video that's come out. So if I wanted to set up one of these, we would go new email campaign, then into email broadcast. And then from there, it's just a matter of choosing which one that you want to select. And what we want to do here is you choose the template that you want to use, then click get started. Now, usually I put in the name of the YouTube video, but we're just going to put this week's YouTube video. And then once you've clicked create, it just brings you through some different options. Firstly, you need to go through and select all of the recipients. Now, if you wanted to, you can go to custom segment and there's a whole heap of different filters that you can use. You can filter it by whether they own any products. You can even filter it on how long they've joined up, but we're just going to send this to all database. Then you click save and continue. And then this very much just takes you through. You put in the subject line, the preview text. And then once you've done that, you go through and click on the edit content section. And now if you've built any website pages within Kajabi, it functions very much the same, where we're going through, you're clicking each different section. And then over to the left is where you actually go through. You know, you can change the overlay colors, you can change the images. If you need to add in a different section, so let's just say we wanted to add in a countdown timer, you can see that that's added in through there. Or if you wanted to remove any sections, you can just delete them from there. So as you can see, it's very much just a really simple way. So the biggest thing that you need to see is an email broadcast is one individual email. And then once you've completed all that, you just need to go through and schedule the email. And the way that you do that is when you go through and select schedule the email, is you're going to see two options. Firstly, you can send it straight away, or you can schedule it for later. So let's just say you wanted to send it tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. You could go through and organize and schedule that for that time. So now what I want to show you is I want to show you how you go through and set up an email sequence. Now, the difference between an email sequence is a collection of emails, which we generally use through the sales process. So for me, I'll generally use this after an initial lead magnet. If someone's watched a YouTube video or seen an ad and they've requested one of my lead magnets, we then trigger it so that once they receive that lead magnet, they they also receive another collection of emails. So let me give you an example through here. So as you can see, we've gone through and added this trigger. So if they submit a certain form, they then go through and get this collection of 9 emails over a 7-day period. So what you're doing here is you're building email upon email. And the great thing about an email sequence is that you can also see all the individual statistics on each individual email. And what you can also do is that once your email sequence is actually running, you can go through and just change one of the individual emails. So if you see, say for example, this email in here, the click-through ratio and the open rate is a little bit lower than the others, we can go through and amend that. So with the email sequence, what we're doing is we're going into marketing and then email campaigns. And with this one, we're going through and selecting the email sequence, not the email broadcast. And as I said, like that step-by-step process I showed you on how to set up an individual email, what we're doing here, rather than doing it for one email, we're doing it for a collection of emails that will follow on to each other. Now, the main difference between an email sequence and an email broadcast is that you generally do set this up through subscribe triggers. As I said, we're adding in once they've completed an individual form. Then you can also add in some different unsubscribe triggers. And the reason why we do this is because if we know with these people, if they own any of these products, these emails are not going to be relevant for them. And that's the simple way that you can set up your emails using Kajabi. Now remember, if you want to get access to Kajabi Kickstarter so you can get that step-by-step guide in how to set up those emails, just make sure you follow that link in the description below. And when we're talking about email sequences, usually an email sequence will be part of a sales funnel. And if you want to see some extra training on how you can create a high converting sales funnel, I want you to go through it and watch this video right here. Once again, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you here. Look forward to seeing you next time.